How are we going, folks? Welcome to day number 9 of our Judas Priest Countdown to Invincible Shield series. So, yes, today we are doing Defenders of the Faith. I've got the 30th anniversary edition there. Here you go, look at that. Pretty cool edition, this. I forgot to mention yesterday, we was doing Screaming for Vengeance yesterday, weren't we? This is sort of a 1-2 punch, this album, in terms of pretty much everything, really, but including the artwork. Obviously, that's the Helion, and that's the Metallion. This 30th anniversary edition that I showed off yesterday has got a DVD, and it's them live at a vintage US festival. Yeah, full concert from 1983, from that tour, obviously. Really, really good. This one comes with a concert from the Defenders of the Faith tour, but it's over the 2 CDs, which I'd like to have watched a concert from this as well. But I don't think there is one. There's one from the Turbo tour, I think, but I've got a couple of DVDs. I'll go through them as the series goes on. But Defenders of the Faith is a classic. Probably my second favourite Judas Priest album. Pretty much picks up from where Screaming of Vengeance left off. This is a 1-2 punch, basically. This is a winning streak they're on at the moment. Starting with British Steel, slight mishap with point of entry, and again they're barely a year between them. Just quickly look it up. You got Screaming for Vengeance was released on the 17th of July, 1982, and Defenders of the Faith. Oh, beg your pardon. There's 2 years, but yeah, January 1984. So just about a year and a half between the two. So here we go. We're in 1984 now, and stylistically it carries on from where Screaming of Vengeance leaves off. It's very 80s. This one. This is like the epitome of 80s. Well, I suppose the epitome's to come, but we'll get to that in a minute. But this is just an ultimate 80s metal album, basically. Every song on this is brilliant. This is closest to perfect as we've got so far. If Screaming for Vengeance, I'd say, is 8.5 out of 10. This is 9 out of 10. The only real thing... No, not even that. The last 2 songs are basically one song. So they've kind of... I don't know why they did that. And it is just like a... It's just like a stomping crowd sing-along song, really. So that's a bit of a filler at the end. That small Peter side, it's awesome. And on the remasters edition, you've got that, what I've just mentioned, done live. So I don't suppose it was filler, because they did play it. It doesn't look like it's on this concert, though. I was looking for the... No, so I don't know when they did it live. Anyway, Free Will Burning hits the ground running. You've got Rob Halford singing high pitched pretty much all the way through. He does that famous sort of, well, it's not rapping, but that real rapid fire. I can't even remember. Let's look up the lyrics. I'd like to see Cannibal Corpse cover it, actually, because it's really... Look before you leap has never been the way to keep our road free. Charging to the top and never giving, never stops the way to be. Holding to the lead, holding to the lead and with your will and said. Start that again. Hold on to the lead with all your will and concede and find there was no. I can't remember. I can't do it. But yeah, you know that bit with rapid fire. You wouldn't want to do it on a karaoke. You certainly want to see me do it either. But yeah, Free Will Burning. It's another well-known classic track. And a classic opener. Jawbreaker's a nice mid-pace second track. If we come out roaring with the first one, then Jawbreaker's a nice mid-pace track. But really good, great riffs, and then you got that great soaring chorus as well. All well and good. Rock Hard Ride 3, another favourite of mine. I saw Judas Priest on the Nostradamus tour, and they did Rock Hard Ride 3 in the encore, I believe. Let's get that camera to focus. And yeah, it's just always been one of my favourites. It's just the opening riff, that and then dun dun dun. It's just, it just sings itself, and that chorus is just euphoric, especially when it's done live. Sentinel, another classic. I mean, how many bands has covered that? That's probably the more heavier track on the album. That's probably the epic as well. Really nice melodic part in the middle. Great riffs going through it all. And yeah, another great chorus. Love Bites is the it's just such a cool song, and when it opens with that dun dun dun. It's how did no one ever use that on a film soundtrack? Let's get this bloody camera to focus. Here we go. No. Yeah. It always goes blurry when I hold a CD up. I can't figure it out to get it to focus. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, some vampire film should have snapped it up for its soundtrack, or some serial killer, some 80s, I don't know. But do you remember? Did anyone remember a vampire film called Graveyard Shift? That would have been good on this. I think it's about vampires as well. But yeah, it's a real cool. Yeah, just a fucking really cool 80s pop song, if anything. But yeah, with that soundtrack bit at the beginning, with the bass, that dun dun, and then when it kicks in the dead of night, love bites. Yeah, it's atmospheric. It's cool. It's got that great little riff at the end as well. Yeah, I can't believe no film soundtrack picked it up. Eat Me Alive, another one I saw on the Nostradamus tour. I played a lot off this album actually. Yeah, great rocking track, great chorus. It's as soon as you hear Eat Me Alive, you remember it forever, you know. And the same goes for the next track. Some Heads Are Gonna Roll. It just rolls out the speakers, this one. It's just classic after classic. It's just a effortless listen. And then Night Comes Down is when things slightly they take their foot off the pedal slightly, but that's sort of a I suppose it's a ballad, not really a. Kind of reminds you of like a White Snake song, something like that, you know. But it's a cool song, and yeah, it's got a cool sort of melancholic atmosphere to it. Again, I wouldn't say it's gone full ballad on that one, but it's a mid-pace sort of groover, and then it comes into Heavy Faith, where it's just like this drum beat and like a slight riff to it, and then it comes up into this chorus that can be sang along, and then the beat just carries on, and then the chorus just changes the words to "We are defenders of the faith," and it just repeats it for a couple of times. I don't know why they didn't just make it one song, but there you go. I love this album, and I see British Steel, Screaming for Vengeance, and this as a trilogy. Things do change after this one, but we'll cover that tomorrow. But yeah, this to me is well, they've done a load of classic albums, but this is certainly one of them. And yeah, this is easily in my top 5. So yeah, what do you think of Defenders of the Faith? Is it your favourite as well? What's your favourite track off it? What's underrated? Oh yes, so obviously Free Will Burning and Sentinel and Some Heads Are Gonna Roll probably have the classics on it. What are the underrated ones? Oh, mind you, Rock Hard, right? It's hard. I would say Eat Me Alive is probably the lesser known one, so that's probably the underrated one. Night Comes Down's quite a nice song as well, but it's again, every song on this is a classic. It's a fucking brilliant album. Yeah. Which one's a classic? Pretty much all of them. The underrated one though is Eat Me Alive, and like I say, Heavy Duty Defenders of the Faith I can kind of live without, but the good well and truly outweighs the bad on this one. So yeah, hope you're enjoying this series, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow for Turbo. This splits the room, this one, so looking forward to it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can get this camera to focus before we leave. Eh? What do you reckon? No, still no good. Poxy thing. Oh well. I'll see you tomorrow regardless. See you later.